Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mama Sandy. Today we were gonna make simple sinigang. If you like sinigang, please comment down below and tell me what kind of sinigang you like. So the first step that you should do when you make sinigang is make sure you boil the water first, and make sure you're already making hot rice on the side. You boil the water now while you're preparing everything. So by the time you're finished, you're good to go. So these are my very basic ingredients for my sinigang. I make sure I have the okra. I have the sitaw, which is a string beans, tomato for the sourness, and instead of kangkong, I like to add pechay. That's the easiest one that you can use, and it's less expensive. So the star ingredients for our sinigang will be the shrimp, hipon. So normally I'd like to have my shrimp whole. I include the shrimp head, and I just remove this long hairy thing, but I like the shrimp head on because that's where all the flavors are. So while we're waiting for our water to boil, we just kind of cut our tomato and onion, and make sure you just put it inside the phone ringing. Slice your tomato and your onion. So just quickly slice it. No need to make it so super pretty. And then just put everything in the pot. So while you're letting it boil, you prepare the rest of the vegetable. When you say sinigang, you can use different types of meats or fish, or any meat that you want. But today we're gonna use shrimps. And regarding the vegetable, you can use any vegetable that you prefer or whatever is available in your area. And I hope I don't cut my finger. I love string beans, so I use string beans a lot. So if you haven't tried string beans, it's like this. We call it sitaw in the Philippines. So I like to cook my vegetable a little bit on the half-cooked side because I don't want to kill all that nutrients. Also, normally I add eggplant and dashin, or you call it like a taro in Hawaiian dish, and also gabi in the Philippines. But today, I'm not using meat, especially pork or beef. So we're using shrimp. So I figure just use like a simple vegetable like the sitaw, the and the pechay instead. Sadly, in my area, kangkong, or I don't know what you call it in English, is very expensive. So I tend to use vegetable which is widely available. We can have either kale. You can use kale if you want. You can use bok choy or pak choy, but today I'm using pechay. I'm not sure if it's almost the same, but I'm using this. So I already cut all my vegetable. I have my okra, I have my string beans, I have my pechay. So the first thing that I would put actually is the hardest vegetable of all, which are, I think this time it's the okra. I know a lot of people will question why I'm cooking this way, but I'm cooking the vegetable first before the shrimp. Now also, don't forget, when you're making your sinigang, you gotta have something to make it sour. Although I like tomato as a souring ingredients, I like to add the famous sampalok mix. How I wish I have like a regular sampalok where I can just boil it and use it as a souring ingredients. Okay, let me show you. As you can see, our vegetable is not really boiling, but it's cooking. So I'll add the mix. Just add a little bit, and then you can adjust the taste after. You don't want it too sour, you don't want it too salty either. And now we have to add our star of the dish, the main cast of the dish, the shrimp. You see how the shrimp in the pot is like turning orange? They cook really quick. So at this time, you can add your other favorite vegetable. If you want to add a kangkong, you can add a kangkong now, but I like to add my pechay. So they will cook all together, not too cook, and not too tough for the shrimp, yeah? There you go. Just leave it alone and it will cook by itself. So as soon as your shrimp turns orange, shut up the heat and move the pan away from the stove, or they're gonna be super overcooked. Ta-da! So this is our simple, fast recipe for shrimp sinigang. If you have any question, comments, please don't forget to mention it down below. Have a great day. Thank you so much. This is Mama Sandy signing off.